Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, I will discuss a piece in the Daily Beast. You say, well, Daily Beast? Well, no, because I'm going to show you a way of thinking or not thinking, reasoning, not reasoning, in an opinion piece. Now, what are these opinion pieces? I tell you what an opinion. When you see an article in a respectable media and it says opinion, that means they are substituting something they used to do in the past. And I will explain. An opinion is actually the newspapers, the outlets' opinion, but they don't want to say it. Therefore, they pick people who send opinion to them and they publish them, but it's not it's not what I want to say. So it's something that the newspaper or the media outlet wants to say about an issue, but doesn't have the balls. So it hides behind an opinion piece written by someone. And they look and they, okay, not this one, this one fits. And they're going to use it and say opinion. And they say Gigi wrote this, not us. We published all the opinions. But no, when they're afraid or they want to see that, they want to test the water, right? Then they come with an opinion and they figure out, okay, let's see what are the comments. And we figure out if we should go with that or we should not. In this case, it's about my beautiful friend, Mr. Stephen Miller. Now, I like very much Mr. Stephen Miller. I know we're supposed to dislike him greatly, not because he's, right? But because he is very ballsy and he doesn't put up with crap, right? So this is Mr. Stephen Miller right here. You see? There's like a bullseye. So this is Stephen Miller. He's an advisor, Trump advisor. I got his number in the first administration of Donald Trump, when it was in 2016. I said, who's that guy? Oh, Stephen. I checked him out, look at his early life. I said, oh, okay, no problem. No problem. I like Mr. Stephen Cohen as well, Professor Emeritus. The guy died. But anyway, let's read what the opinion piece is going to do on us. Not on him. But this is what I say, opinion. Stephen Miller rolls out MAGA's indoctrination plan for kids. Oh my God, this is Hitler-Jugend right here again. No. I'm going to read it to you. So when I saw that, I was like, what is this guy's going to do? Who are we going to hate? Who are we going to love? What are these guys going to do to our children? Now, when I'm going to read his exact words, I would like you to think of the opposite. So let's say someone says, you should love peace. And someone said, that's indoctrination to your kids. That means that person who calls that indoctrination wants the opposite. That means if I don't tell my kids to love peace, which I think it's great, right? That means you want me to say war? I know it's not automatic the opposite, but if you disagree with that, which is a truism, something good, that means you want the opposite. It's, let's say, black and white is 1 and 2. That's it. There's no 3. To let live or to kill. If someone says we should let live, no, that you say no, don't indoctrinate my kids with that. That means you want so that's bad now. I'm going to show you how idiotic this opinion is. This is from May 4th. And I'm going to show you the indoctrination. I was like, so what's wrong with this? White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, calling liberals communists, has the new convinced that America has stepped back in time for wars under the first 100 days of Levy says, is woke losing its power is a pejorative? Did they have to bring back communists like it's the 1950s or 1980s? All right, let's see what this guy says. This is what he said, Miller. Miller made a comment in a Thursday White House press briefing that previewed MAGA indoctrination plan for kids, as you have to guide the kids somehow. You have to give them some values. Now, good or bad, that's up to the parents, I would say, but the parents go to school as well, right, when they're kids. Discuss the Trump administration's efforts to dismantle the Department of Education, which I agree with, and eliminate critical race theory from schools. I totally agree with that. Now, this is what he said, and I'm quoting, "Children will be taught to love America." Is that bad? Is that indoctrination? I think it's good. You're supposed to tell your children to love your country. He didn't say Trump, he said America. Children will be taught to be patriots. Is it bad or is it good? So is it indoctrination? What is a patriot? A patriot comes from padre. Padre, patre, father, fatherland. That means you love your fatherland, you love America. Who would like us to hate or not love our country? Who are those? Someone who definitely hate our country and hate us. Who are those people? People like this guy who writes the piece, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. Next one. Children will be taught civic values. For schools, you know what civic values are? That is, you will taught how the government works. How the local government works, how you get elected, what is the government doing, the 3 branches. This is civic values. And that is, you should get engaged in the political process. Is that bad? Or you want just to be a serf over there plowing the field without knowing who you're going to vote for? Unless someone says, I'm going to give you this much amount of money. If you are okay with me, I'm going to give you some programs so you can stay home and depend on me. So what's wrong with that? That means you don't want civic values? Next one, that want federal taxpayers' funding. So, as we close the Department of Education and provide funding to states, we're going to make sure these funds are not being used to promote communist ideology. All right, so they said we're not going to promote the evil communist ideology. You think the communist ideology is good? Well, why is it good? How many crimes were committed in the name of communism? I think about 140 million or something. Now, if you say that's not true, well, how many were done in the name of Nazism? What are you going to say now? So you see, you have to pick ideologies. It's very interesting that if you call yourself a communist, it's okay. If you wear whatever, nobody cares about it. But if you wear something else, if you know what I mean, that's a problem right there, because they committed crimes. So did the other ones, even greater, but we can't go like this, because you know what we're going to end up with? We're going to look at religions. And when we go at how some imbeciles did crimes for some ideologies, then we're going to have a big problem here. But he says communist ideology. I don't think the communist ideology is a good one. I don't want my child to be indoctrinated with that. For instance, but demonstratively, communism committed more crimes than the guy in the Second World War. That's it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just giving you a number. And it's up to you to process that if you don't know yet. So, do I want my kids to be indoctrinated with that ideology? But if I'm okay with that, that means I'm okay with the other side. With, you know what I mean, the little wheel from the Hindu. Okay, and he added something more right here. Levy added, Stephen Miller, this is the guy who added, it's not about Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller wouldn't know a civic virtue if it punched him in the face. All right, well, I can say you're an idiot with no evidence, but that's the way it is. So, what did he say here? He wants to love America, to be patriots, to teach them civic values, and then he wants to not to promote this kind of ideology. You tell me, I think this is a good indoctrination. It would be bad if they would teach to hate America, if they would teach you not to be a patriot, if they would teach you to love communist ideology. Now that would be bad. At least for me. If you agree with that one, well, we're going to meet in a marketplace of ideas and we're going to debate. We're not going to get at each other's throat, but think about it. Crimes committed by that ideology, by guys who implemented it, versus another guy who started a war with Poland. And then the other guys declared war on him. I'm not defending anybody. Everything I said are facts. He declared war, he declared war. Poland, that's it. That was one-on-one. Who made turn it into World War? The Brits and the French. They declared war to Germany. Should they? Well, according to their alliance, yes, the treaties, yes. But then, when the communists, Soviets, those big bad wolves, did the same thing to Poland, what the capitalist Germans did, a bad capitalist did, why didn't the other ones with full of virtue say, 5 o'clock tea, declare war on the other guys because we have values, and values are not, you pick and choose, it's situational. So they didn't, so spare me. And then they sold half of Europe to the communists, who killed dozens of millions of people. They knew about the Holodomor by that time, the Westerns, but the media in the West was owned by the same guy who was flying high in Soviet Union, so shush. Fuck it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You got it? That's indoctrination. Now this is the way that these guys make news. This is Daily Beast. You say, come on, Daily Beast. My point is this. Daily Beast promotes this idea. How did they do it before I end? They did it this way. They went on the street and they say, we interviewed people. This is what people in the street said. This was before. And they interview, let's say, 100 people. And after 100 people, let's say 90% said we love capitalism and 10% said we love communism. And they will say, we use the 10. Who's going to verify? You're going to go and verify how they picked and selected who's going to be published and say, well, out of the people we interviewed, and they're going to give you 10, one after another, what they said. Communism is good one, and they will give you 3 from the 90% of the capitalists. And if you read that, you're going to read and say, look, communism pro. Oh my God, communism is good. And then they give you 1 or 2 of the other side. So you're obviously going to see 10 versus 1 or 2. But you don't know that actually in the 100%, 90 were of the opinion of the 2 people that gave you over there. So they reverse the proportion to make you think that actually the mainstream is communism, which were only 10 of them. This is how they used to do it. They still do it right now. You know how? They use tweets now. They don't go to, oh my God, I'm dying here. They don't go over there to interview people on the street. They pick tweets or comments. Out of 100 comments, they pick the comments that fit their narrative and their push. Then they say, oh my God, look, all these guys, it's an outrage, man. It's outrage. It's outrage because they picked. That's why when someone said, Emil, let's say you work for someone or you work for a government, and they say, Emil, people say that you did something. I say, okay, what are their names? Bring them here. Okay, how many? How many? You must know if you say people. Is it 1, 2, 3? How many are in the office? I don't know, 700. Fuck the 3. Got it? Always ask when you're accused of something who exactly those are. And you will never in an office being, okay, let me, little bird, yes. Send in Gigi, Mikey, Tommy, Bobby, Booby, and everybody comes over there and say, yes, Emil, you said it, you did it. No, it's never going to happen in America now. Therefore, what are you going to do? You say, no, I'm not going to talk to who said that? 3 people? Can I confront them? No. Then fuck off. And what exactly did I say? Always ask this. What is that I said? Exactly. I don't want you to paraphrase. I want you to give me the direct quote. And if you can remember it, bring the fucking weasel here. Or weasels. And besides, I don't care for 2-3 people in a 900 people organization. Who are those? Do I care? You can't please everybody. I mean, it's like this. I'm going to make a complaint against you, supervisor or director or whomever you are. Would you take it into consideration? No, you're going to give a fuck about it. You say, it's only you and the rest love me. Remember, who said it, the number, and what exactly. Not paraphrasing. What exactly? Because they say, you are a bad person, and they use you're a racist, a xenophobe or something. You say, okay, what exactly did I say to fit that term? They will never tell you that. And they will never bring the witness. And you're supposed to answer the question. Don't answer the question. I said, if you can't say that, I can't answer to your little things. Well, bring a fucking lawyer. We go to court. And you have to bring the baboon, and the baboon has to be in front of a court, yes, and or subpoena, get the hell out. All right? You plead the fifth, that means you drop the charges. The same here. But these guys are promoting their ideas by using opinion nowadays and tweets. There's the tweet over there, right there, it's right there on X, it was this and that. They pick and choose the proportion however they want and however they want to fit their narrative. Remember that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I love very much Stephen Miller. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.